good evening, everyone, and happy holidays, and soon to be Merry Christmas, and soon to be Happy New Year. Excited that you've joined us tonight, you guys. Real excited, especially as we count down to what is called the most wonderful time and day of the year, which is Christmas, you guys. I am TA Superhero for Life, reporting in for Superhero for Christ. I'm so excited that you have decided to join me and my co-host tonight for the Superhero for Christ show as we just continue to just celebrate you guys this month, which is one of the most beautiful seasons of all. It is definitely a HOLA-DAY, which is a celebration season, and we are counting down to the number one day out of the whole entire year, which is the birth of our King, other than the rise of our King in April, you guys. So with that, let me just dive right in and bring my co-host in with me here so they can join me. Good evening, brothers and babes. So excited y'all are here. Let me, X, I got to zoom you in a little bit. Got to get a little closer to you, but not too close. There you go. How are you, elves? Because Byron showed up with his elf hat still on, y'all. It looked at us like, what's wrong with y'all? Oh my God, so I'm going to go to you first, Byron. How are you this evening, Mr. Elf?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good after my eggnog, so thank you.
Byron is kicking in the spirit, y'all, the spirit of the holiday. So excited that you've joined me, looking good in your Tiger Wood outfit there.
There you go. I'm ready for Sunday, right?
There you go, ready? There you go. Also, man, good evening, Xavier. Xavier, look at you with all of this. Look at you. Looking all saucy and special. Saw you changed your profile picture to when you had your Van Diesel's glasses on. Can't even see your eyes, but don't need to see my eyes, TA. I thought, oh, my brother's feeling himself, Lord. It's all good. Baby Xavier, my baby brother, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing. Today's my daughter's 13th birthday, so she's officially a teenager over here.
Woo!
So
we gonna Lauren, let's go ahead and lift Xavier up right now in prayer.
Yeah. Please do.
She's gorgeous.
She's a good girl. She's over here making some food. I don't know what she's making right now. What are you making?
I love it.
Garlic bread. So she's over there making some garlic
bread.
Come on.
Right now. Woo! So, as we say, tasty,
yeah.
Right, Xavier? Tasty.
Tasty food. She's making some.
There you go. I love it. We're so excited to have you tonight, and definitely happy birthday to the future queen, Miss Aviana. And then down here in the corner, he's in the corner for the first time, y'all. It's a new season. Who put baby in the corner? Oh my gosh, Skype did. Hey, baby, how are you in the corner? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. X, I thought you were going to say she was making slime like she used to do when she was younger.
Right? Yes, she sure did. She was a slime queen.
Matter of fact, she did that the other day. She ordered some clay online that came from like Japan or something. And then she was like, Dad, I need you to go buy me some glue, buy me some ice solution, and buy me some baking soda.
Oh, she was ready.
Like, are you serious?
She was ready to start
again?
Crank it back up.
I literally just cleaned your slime lab in the garage. Now you want to do this again? Like, please, no, not again.
Entrepreneur.
You need to tell her, hey, you're a teenager. We don't
No. That's her business. What you talking about? She did a business,
that was
Q.
Her business, yeah.
She's ready for 2021. Business. She's like, let's crank this up. Got to get paid.
Yeah, buddy.
Daddy is putting limits on me. Got to make my own dough. Go, Aviana. Hit up your aunt if you need some cash, girl. I'll invest. Oh my God, I absolutely love that, and absolutely love that you guys have joined us this evening again. Man, I want to do some shout outs. We got many people on tonight, and I don't want to miss anybody. Man, welcome Maureen Bennett. So excited that you joined me tonight. And Trevor, my boy Palmer. Man, mad love for you. So excited that you joined. Amon Taylor, welcome. Excited to have you tonight. Late Ellis, what's up? Yes, I'm live tonight. So excited to see you. Sister Carrie, excited that you're on, and hopefully hubby Brian is right next to you. Wayne Campbell, welcome. So excited to have you on tonight. as well. Sonia Soto, a beautiful goddess over there in SA, excited to have you tonight. Sarah Everts, wow, man, that's going back to the military era. Oh my goodness, welcome, beautiful queen. I don't know what state you're in or what country you're in, but so excited to have you on tonight. Man, also Papa Casey is in the house. Welcome, Daddy Casey. Trudy, Sakati, welcome again. Still lifting your family up in prayer. Jonna Roy, welcome. So excited that you've joined as well. Tamara McLean, woo, lots of people on. Aunt Mad, what's up? Welcome. So excited that you've joined tonight. Woo, Jashusha Prusia. And if I butchered that, man, give me some grace. Nothing but love for you. Jashusha, I don't know, man, just help me out. But I'm so excited that you joined tonight. Letty Gillian, welcome. Man, beautiful Sarah Kaufman, grand prize giveaway winner with the Apple iWatch on Saturday. She's in the house, you guys. Tercel Frazier in the house. Tanya Williams in the house. Sister Virginia Flores. What's up, Virginia Flores, all the way from California. So excited to have you in the house. Oh my God, Silky Rice. Oh my gosh. Whoa, man, we're talking blast from the past. Again, another military era. Welcome. So excited to have you on the show. Sister Jacqueline Prince, welcome. Man, the beautiful, my cuz, looking gorgeous, lovely. So excited you're here. And then, man, right after that is Miss Letitia Fight. Welcome. So excited you're on. Honor Rodriguez, excited. Man, I'm loving all of this. Randy Frazier, welcome. Mama O's in the house. And look who showed up. Miss Law and Order. Sister Katrina's in the house. Woo. Yeah. I absolutely love it, you guys. And welcome to a great show that we're just doing for the holidays, which is called The Most Wonderful Time and Wonderful Day of the Year, which is the holidays, but in particular for us here on this show and for us here on this page, or even for me, TA for Christ, it is all about Christmas. And so we got some fun things we're going to talk about tonight that I'm really excited about because, as you tell, we have kicked off the holiday spirit and cheer, especially if you did not join us on Saturday. Man, we were giving away some gifts, y'all. We were giving away some serious gifts, and I'm excited, and I've got some of those winners have already received their gifts, have already been sending me pictures where they're doing selfies with their gifts, and so I want to make sure before we dive into all of our fun discussion tonight. I'm excited about tonight. I want to make sure to celebrate those people. And we still have about 5 to 6 other people that are waiting for their gifts. Several arrived today. Some are coming on Saturday and Sunday. And we only have like 1 or 2 coming in, either sliding in on Christmas or right after Christmas. And so let's take a look at some of the winners we've had for our 4th annual, you guys, 12 Days of Christmas. Here we go. Nice. Again, congratulations to all of our 12 days of Christmas. We had more prizes, more gifts than any other year, and just excited to be able to give of our heart and just have a blast on Saturday. And man, even though the Grinch tried to steal the sound from my co-host, my elves, man, we prevailed. And even though it kept blacking out Xavier or Quint, the show, I watched it back. And it was perfect. It was like I wouldn't change anything, especially when it was time for the countdown and you couldn't see Q until it was time for the countdown. And there he was with his big glasses in his ears and he's coming in at you. Oh my God. I just said, Lord, you produced a great show. And then to see all your comments of just all of you saying that you were just truly excited. You needed that. You needed the fun. You needed the joy. You were truly happy. I'm going to tell you, I was just overflowing, and I'm sure all of my elves were as well. And so we're excited about next year. We've already talked about how we're going to do next year. The talk is already on, and I'm excited because I'm going to be recruiting some more elves to come and join us. I'm like, let's just keep blowing this show up every year with more elves and more giveaways, that instead of it being a 2-hour show, it may be an all-day show because we're just giving away prizes. So get ready, because if you're a follower of mine or you're someone that, man, I'm just joined at the hip, I'm going to be bugging you to say, look, let's start in January and let's plan for you to be one of the elves that we have come hop on with us as a guest elf to do a giveaway so we can bless a lot of people together. And so with that, you guys, again, welcome. So excited you're here. And welcome to my co-hosts, as we're going to be diving in tonight to a fun show. Again, it's called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. We changed it to The Most Wonderful Day of the Year. And I just posed some questions from my brother and my other half that I thought would be kind of fun to discuss as we get ready, literally for 8 days, and it's Christmas Day. So we're right around the corner and Santa's on his way, you guys. And so with that, I want to start off with some Christmas traditions. I want to ask you guys, and I want you that are watching, I want you to type yours, because if I see it, I'm going to pop it up on the screen. You guys know how I roll. I want you to participate. I want you to communicate. I want you to join in and allow us to be a community and gather when we come together every Thursday night. And so your comments, and the question I'm posing up is, what was, and I just got that ring of a bell. Every question I'm going to have, I'm going to create it and pop it here. So it pops up and you see the question and you could be thinking on it and answer. But what is one of your Christmas holiday traditions? It's something every year y'all just do, or it's something that you used to do, but it's something you remember. And so Xavier, I'm going to go to you first. Okay, because I know there has to be some traditions with Mama O. There is no way. Mama O is a leader. Come on, Mama O don't play when she puts her hands and her heart and her mind to something. And I guarantee you, your daddy holds the fort. Whatever his queen wants, he's going to make sure y'all are in order. So what's one of the holiday traditions that you and your family do every Christmas?
So every Christmas we get together as a family. So everybody would pretty much go over to my mom's house, and she'll cook a big spread of tasty food.
Tasty word.
She'll cook a good spread, a wide variety of tasty food, right? And, you know, my dad will lead us in prayer, we'll pray, and then we'll eat. And then after that, typically what we do is do like karaoke and stuff like that, or play different games like Guesters, or usually it's Guesters or karaoke. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what we do every single year. Just get together as a family and do that. Usually we used to, you know, go to church and all that. But now with everything going on with COVID, it's just, you know, getting together at the family's house. Judy will bring like some mac and cheese over. I'll bring like a dessert over. My mom will.
Wait a minute, you get off easy with the dessert. Do you make it or you pick it up from the store?
You already know what I do.
X sounds like, yeah, and I bring a dessert over like he's slaving in the kitchen. Judy, I know you were slaving over that mac and cheese, girl, but your brother's just showing up.
So, man, for Thanksgiving last year, let me tell you something. Judy destroyed the mac and cheese. Like, she decided to do something different, right? Like, typically her mac and cheese is bomb.com, right? So last year in Thanksgiving, she brought some mac and cheese, and I was excited because I love her mac and cheese. And next thing I take a bite, I'm like, what the heck is this? It tastes like sugar. And she was like, yeah, I decided to do a new recipe this year. I'm like, why? I I was so mad. I was like, why? No sugar no more. So for Thanksgiving this year, she made some good mac and cheese, and I just kept eating that. And my daughter was actually FaceTiming me in Alabama, like, I'm mad that you ate the mac and cheese and didn't save me any. I was like, by the time you get here, it's a week. The mac and cheese is done. But my mom told me today, she was like, hey, Judy's bringing mac and cheese. I was like, yes. So yeah, that's what I'm very excited about. That mac and cheese is bomb. Plus, we open up presents at the house too. So at my mom's house, we'll take pictures and all that. We open up presents, and we pretty much celebrate Christmas that day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And let me just guess on this. So she tried something different, and this Thanksgiving she shows up with the mac and cheese. Did you say, man, sis, I love you, thank you? Or you like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give me my mac and cheese. Which one were you
Man,
really,
no.
X?
I was like, thank you. But she made the mac and cheese for Christmas. Thanksgiving, she messed it up. Christmas, she made it. I was like, Judy, thank you. Thank you for not messing it up this year.
Oh, that's not a thank you. That's a threatening thank you.
Don't ever do that again, Judy. Never.
That's what that is. Judy, I got your back, girl. You were trying to explore.
Usually we celebrate Christmas like on the 24th, not on the 25th. So it's the night before Christmas that we stay over there and we do everything, open up presents.
Uh-huh.
This year we're planning to do a pajama one. The 2 years ago, I think we did I think it was a pajama. Yeah, it was a pajama because I came with the Easter bunny, like the Christmas story. Like I came with my Robin.
That's good.
But yeah,
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, that's the plans. Yes.
That's really good. That's really good. Well, I'm going to come to you next, Byron, because I'm dying to find out, especially when it comes to the fact that, we had mom and then you would go to your dad's house, so what was that thing for you or tradition for you when it came to Christmas?
I've been around a minute, so I got many traditions, right? And I'll kind of just highlight, as I kind of grew up and had tradition around, because tradition was important to the family. Being young, it was absolutely about everyone in the family getting together. I mean, getting together and having a good time, clowning, just enjoying each other's company. I remember being, as a young man, for a minute, I was kind of like the only one around. Didn't have all that competition with siblings. So I remember being spoiled like nobody's business. Just it would take half a day just to open up all the gifts I got. That's the way that's probably one of my most fond memories, it's where them siblings showed up and competition, and I got moved to the back, just kind of, observer of all the great things that would go on, because, kind of fast forward and moving on to where those siblings showed up, right? My mom always made sure, for sure, and this, that it was a big production for all of us. But probably the biggest production of all was the youngest, which is Calvin. I mean, when Calvin came on, she just it just broke the ceiling. She just went to another level.
Yes.
Of spoiling that boy, so he's ruined. He's just plumb ruined. He can't have a good Christmas no more because of mom. He's ruined. But I tried. That mom literally set the expectation for me as to what Christmas was like, and just being in a generation where family was a premium. You didn't have all the distractions. There was no competition with getting together. That's all you had to really do and enjoy was getting together. As I got older and got married, I tried to form my own traditions, and my wife at the time, she was big on traditions as well, and she could compete with mom. She could compete with my mom as far as making sure that our one child was spoiled, right? Brittany, I mean, it would be a production. We would have to plan how everything would go down, have our little checklist of how all the things we need to do and time and schedule. And let Brittany wake us up in the morning, and it became the most exciting when she actually could, come in there and tug on you, and you dead tired from wrapping all the packages.
Sliding in.
Yeah, but the tradition, but in Dorothy Bratcher, Casey style, and becoming William style, we put on a production for Brittany, setting up the camera. But even before that, Dad had to set the mood. I had to set the mood, so I'd have the music going. I'd already worked my playlist. I knew family was coming over.
Playlist. He's
We'd
not
have
kidding,
food
y'all.
come. Oh, I was big on the music. From being young to older, you had to have your music. So that was kind of a big part of my interest. But I remember being, supervising as far as the Christmas tree, because I really couldn't get in there. The ladies had that. I might get to put one bulb on, but and have a comment. That was about the extent of it.
Yeah.
We put the production on. I got to be the clown. Brittany was the center of, focus. My daughter was, and her mother made sure that everything went great. And that was probably my old traditions, right? Fast forward now, my daughter, I might get to see her, every blue moon.
Yeah.
So I got new traditions. So my new tradition now, starting this year, is that the Stipik family has to send me tamales for Christmas every year. So, that's my new tradition. I must have my tamales delivered and ready for consumption. That's my new tradition.
Tim, I hope you're hearing this. Barnes just enrolled you into a lockdown commitment, y'all.
I'm good.
You're good.
Tamales, I'm good for Christmas. I'm good.
Yeah, we just got our tamales. Beautiful gift, beautiful heart. She sent us tamales as well.
Totally awesome.
We're gonna eat them tonight, but she said, "Prepare yourself. It is spicy." I said, "Oh, that's Quint."
We got it, Quint. We got it covered, Quint.
That's cute, dog. I love that. And so, Quint, Christmas tradition, this is really interesting because, again, the biggest vast of your career and your over half of your life is being in the military, and so you got to speak from that. And we've got 12 years in, but 2.5 years, almost 3 years of that, you were gone, so we got probably about 8.5 years in, you and I. So, talk to me about holiday traditions, for you, or Christmas traditions in particular.
Yeah, going back to my youth, I remember it was always about family getting together, whether it was at our house or we would travel to Baton Rouge to go spend time with my mom's family. Her mom and dad lived there, and relatives would come in town for that. So it was about family getting together. Mom always, I remember when I was a little kid, we used to live in Bowling, Texas, over there by Wharton. And I remember, like, when I was 5 years old, she pulled out her flannel board, because every summer she would have a 5-day clubs, and she'd share the gospel with kids all summer long. And so she had this flannel board. She'd use flannel figures, and she'd tell the story of Jesus. So she would do that at Christmas. We'd be in the house, and she'd tell the story of Jesus, and then we'd go out into the garage, and she had a piñata. Don't ask me why. We weren't Hispanic, but she had a piñata, and we would break that piñata and, scoop up all the candy and do whatever, and just sing Christmas carols. That was that. I remember that from my youth, and that was kind of a thing that we did quite often. But yeah, that was it. That was the tradition. And then when I went off to school and in the Army, all that tradition went away because I was traveling back and forth. I would always try and get time off and come home for Christmas and spend time with family, wherever we were, kind of bouncing around, visiting different family members. So that was the tradition for Christmas for the Arnold family.
I love that. And you and I have not really been able to build tradition, just because literally by the time we finally got to a place where we could start to be together as husband and wife, here came a transition of so many different things, one of which is that beautiful gift that God gave us called Boogie, aka Quinn. And so everything shifted to literally just being about her, because there really wasn't much of a time in there for us. And so we just would have things that we would do the night before, and then the day of, but really that we haven't had a chance to do that. I think that 2021 will probably be the first time that we could really start creating traditions, just because of how busy we've been.
We've had, I mean, my family has always opened gifts on Christmas Eve, but we have been about a Christmas morning getting up, and even I think even before Quinn came along, we had Christmas at the house. It
Hmm.
was you, me, and Brianna. And when Quinn came along, that was even took it to a whole nother level. But I remember the one Christmas when we got you your list of things and the Barbie
Yes.
car and everything else. I think
Yes.
I got that on video somewhere. Ah!
That is
Yeah.
so true. That's so true. But I think that 2021, when you agree, is I really think it's where we can start tradition, something you do religiously every single year, like a theme or something. I think that we can actually start that. We've been just doing whatever we feel in that moment, which has been fantastic, and especially with Quinn. And we'll talk about that a little bit here in a little bit. And so my next question, oh, you know what? Oh my God, Katrina, yes. Oh my God, you are so right. I'm thinking, why is it that we've not had an Arnold tradition? It's because we shifted. I was going to say we were busy doing something with the Lord. And
Yeah,
Katrina,
the
I love
Christmas
that you're on
sleepover.
tonight. Is that every year in the first weekend of December, we've done it for 4 years. This will be the second year that we won't be able to have it because of, last year we were selling our home. So we actually did a gathering in September, but every year for, I think it's 4 years straight, the first weekend of December, we'd have over 30 to 40 ladies come into our home. And we would have a chef come in and cook, and make literally a whole entire weekend spread. He'd be cooking for the whole weekend. Divas were feeling like divas. We'd have guest speakers come in. We'd have pajamas. We'd have movies and activities in different rooms. I mean, we would draw for rooms. It was literally, and thank you, Lord. I'm thinking, why is it that our Christmas, we haven't really put a tradition, is because for you and I, and definitely even Brianna, it was really about what we did. Katrina, I love you. In that first weekend of the month was opening up our home and having sisters come and just really just pouring into each other, sharing, connecting, laughing. And, when women are together, crying too. Katrina, thank you so much. Wait a minute. We got the Soul Sisters. That's what y'all did. Amen. We did that. And I'm just going to tell you, I miss it. I cannot wait, for us. And I am really standing in total, oh man, just in petition, but claiming it that this time next year, that is the Arnold thing. It's us gathering women, sisters, soul sisters in our home the first week of December. That's what our tradition has been. I love you, Katrina, so much. Thank you for that, sis. I'm thinking, why don't we have a tradition? We do. It's just weeks earlier. And so with that, now let's go to your favorite Christmas that you can remember. It's the one that, just stands out for you. So it's that one Christmas that no matter what, you could be 60, 70, 80 years old, and you're still going to be telling that story. When people say, can you remember a Christmas that was just really one of your best Christmases? What would that be? And so, Q, I'm going to come to you. What would you say has been your best Christmas? Like, it's just going to be number one right now for you.
I would say that one when I was 5, with that was what I was describing, was the pinata, the story of Jesus, the carols, and all that stuff. That one is just vivid in my mind. Won't go away. And that one competes with when I came back from the invasion in July. I had Christmas in July, but that's another story.
I love that. I love that. And again, if y'all all answered it, then my apologies. I didn't know if you were just sharing, if you were already answering the second question. But X, I don't think you answered the second question yet. So what is the best Christmas that you can remember, Xavier? That means it just stands out to you.
Oh man, I can't remember any of them in the past. I got memory loss like crazy. But I know the Christmas that I remember was we always celebrated at my parents' house, so it's kind of like I would say 2 years ago. I would say the one 2 years ago because it was just fun. It was a great environment. We had karaoke night. We just had a blast. Like we played so many games. The kids were involved. They were doing karaoke. We were laughing and joking and all in pajamas and just having a blast. So I would definitely say 2 years ago when we celebrated as a family in our PJs and just had a great night together. Definitely that was the most memorable one that I could remember right now. I know as a kid we had, little Christmases where my parents would get us like GI Joes and get us or
We're
Ninja
talking
Turtles. We were
Byron's
real
toy
heavy.
now.
Me and my brother were real heavy on Ninja Turtles. We had like every Ninja Turtle, and yeah. So I remember Ninja Turtles. Leave a basketball goal one year in Coppers Cove. Or
Okay,
not
so
in
we're moving
Coppers
on to
Cove, but in
gifts. Your
Fort
best
Hood.
gifts you got. Xavier changed
Yeah,
his
I'm
question.
like, man. But I would say 2 years ago was the best one because
But
this
I
was a
like that.
great
So,
family
so wait a
time.
minute. So
Yeah.
Xavier, because it is funny when you're a kid, it is based on the gifts. It's about what you got for Christmas. So
It's
you're
based on
saying
presents.
the Christmas you remember is when you got, teenage, Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles. And you also got G.I. Joe. Those are those ones that you remember. It was like something you wished for, and Santa showed up and gave it to you. Now,
Yeah,
did
he
your family
showed
do
up.
Santa?
Huh?
Did your family do Santa when you were little?
Yeah, when I was a kid, of course. Yeah, of course. Like I do say it's funny because
You
I
can
do it for
whisper.
my son, and my son's kind of
Okay.
like, "Daddy, is Santa real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, it's Jovan, just like the Tooth Fairy." So then it was funny because he was asking the other day about because in our Puerto Rican tradition we do Los Tres Reyes, which is the three kings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do that, within the Christmas time where the kids will get like grass, put it in a shoebox and put it underneath their beds. And then in the morning, there'll be some presents and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
cool.
Right. So it was funny because 2 days ago, my son got out the bath and he was like, "Hey, Dad," he was like, "Are the three kings still alive?" And I was like, "Oh man, how do I answer this one?" And I was like, "Yeah, they show up and give you presents every year." And he was like, "If they're alive, then is Jesus alive too?" And I was like, "Yeah, Jesus is alive in us." And he was like,
He's starting to piece
"But why?
stuff, Xavier.
But why?" Yeah, so he started putting it together, and I'm like, "Oh no, this is crazy." So he was like, "So the three kings they show up, but Jesus died on the cross." I'm like, "Yeah, but Jesus lives." But can Jesus? And I'm like, "Oh
Oh,
man, he's putting pieces
the clock is
together," and I'm
ticking.
like, "Oh no, I'm getting caught up," and it's like so embarrassing, but it's funny though. He's growing up, but
I
yeah.
love that. And just text me that day when he comes and tells you some kid broke that fantasy. You're going to be mad. You're going to be mad, bro. You just
Man,
text
they
your
do
sister.
it. They do it. Like sometimes my little daughter, she tries to, and I'm like, "Oh, be quiet right now." It's kind of like the elf on the shelf. Like the elf on the shelf, we move it, and he's always like, "Oh my God, it moved! It moved! When did it move?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know, Giovanni just magically moves." So he's just excited about the elf on the shelf too.
Just protect that dream. Protect him as a kid. I got your back.
Yeah,
I got your
exactly,
back. Byron, what about
exactly.
you? What
That's
was,
it.
your best Christmas you remember? Best one
Been
ever.
around, yeah, I've been around too long to narrow it down to one. So you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to have to probably name two. Um, one of my most recent favorite memories was when we were with you and Q. We were at your previous home. I think it was the first Christmas we had there. If it wasn't the first, it was the second. It may have been the time that Q was talking about where you were just like a little girl yourself. Because Q did a hell of a job. But we had the girls there. I remember Brittany and Brianna. Remember when you had it was like the karaoke and you had the dance and the girls were dancing. We videoed that.
Yes.
I still have that video, and every time I run across it, it just warms my heart. And that was a really great
Yeah, it
Christmas.
was.
We all got along. Of course, we family, we love each other. We just had a blast. We were
Yeah.
all like kids,
Yeah.
whether it be through them or through you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were all like kids.
Yeah.
So it took a minute. I hadn't really had a good one like that since that Christmas. I'll be honest with you, and I had to kind of make one kind of special to myself maybe a year or two ago. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was 2 years ago. I didn't go anywhere for Christmas, and I always have somewhere to go for Christmas. But for some reason, I didn't go to Christmas. I decided to make it really tough on myself. I converted some VHSs of when Brittany. I always recorded every Christmas,
Yeah.
and so I converted those VHSs to digital. and
Nice.
made the mistake of playing those, by myself. It
Oh
was
no.
probably a good thing because all I did was just cry for like, hours, watching, seeing her grow up and progress through that. Oh my gosh! I mean, but memorable because
Yes.
I got to see all those Christmases, and see her grow up every year, and how the mom and dad were like, we would be dead at the start of the video because
Yeah.
we're so tired,
Yeah.
and then we eventually kind of come to life over time.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
and that was kind of a common thing. I love that. I don't know if I've shared that with Brittany yet, but it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
just totally awesome. So
Yeah.
so those two,
Yeah.
are to me are most recent, and I love them both. They're both
Yeah.
special in their own kind of way.
Yeah, that is awesome to hear that, with me and Quint, because I loved that Christmas. There
Yeah,
was just nobody had to work at pleasing anybody. We
not at all.
literally just showed up and
Yep,
we just click.
yep,
Language, conversation, there was not any dead air. Even if there
yep,
was, it was perfect. It was just a great Christmas. I agree with you there, 100%, Byron.
yep.
For me, I have two that just really stick out. And on the second one, it's two things put together. But the first one, it was truly I've got to just brag about me and Byron's mom. She just was a productionist. And for those of you who've come to my events, this is where I get it from. This is where when you see the 12 days of Christmas and you think, wow, the videos, the sounds, all these things, it was my mom wanted you to have a true experience. Because me and Byron shared a couple weeks ago, our mom wasn't the one who could really show her feelings through affection. So she did it in other ways. And one of the ways she did it was gift giving. Christmas time. She'd bundle all her affection up into Christmas, which means that if she loved you the size of the world, you were going to have the size of the world Christmas. And she wanted to make all your dreams come true. Back in the day, and I need y'all to give me some love, so don't feel so old when I say this. Every year, right about November, there were two big catalogs that would come to the home, Sears and J.C. Penney's. I better start getting some people to tell me they remember this, because I would be waiting on the Christmas volume. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because they gave it all throughout the year, but this was Christmas. And she would literally put it in front of me and my sister and tell us to go through it and circle all the things we wanted and put our names on it. And so I would let Gigi always go first. And she'd put all her stuff on there. And then what I would do is I would get, and it was two of them thick, J.C. Penney's and Sears. And I would go through, and for me, all I had to do was flip to the Barbie doll section. That was it. And back in the day, Barbie just had pages of things. And I really want to buy Barbie because I think they're no longer producing new things for Barbie. And I want to become an investor of Barbie to keep Barbie alive, lift that up, because it's a serious thought of mine, serious, dream of mine, because they're not, and they may need help. And so, but back in the day, it'd be pages. It'd be like this thick of Barbie, and I would go through and circle everything and put stars by the ones, with that little Sharpie, and really dig it in deep so it couldn't wipe off, of all the stuff that I wanted. And my mother was the type that whatever you circled, whatever you put a star by, she was going to bust her butt to get you every single thing. She was wheeling and dealing with Sears and J.C. Penney's, having to put gifts aside with her name on it, waking up early because she knew they were going to be putting new things in stock, having different people she knew to go out and buy the things and do a hookup in the garage and meet in the garage so nobody could see. My mom was the ultimate surpriser, planner, the ultimate blesser of gifts of her love. And so I remember this Christmas where it was the year for Barbie. It was the Barbie doll dream house, the Barbie doll camper. I mean, it was just like everything that meant the most to me all landed in this year. And so when I woke up, my mother was great at surprises. She knew what meant more to me because of the stars. She would hide them. She wouldn't necessarily have them out in the open so that you could scope out the gifts. And so as every gift opened, she would do this thing where she would hand you some of the small things where you just thought, oh, okay, well, thank you. She'd hand the next thing like, oh, well, thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Knowing good and well that in your heart, you're like, where's my freaking Barbie? She knew. And she would do this buildup. She had little codes, true stuff. And my Aunt Madeline is on live, so she could test to this. She would have little words on the packages, so she would remember, because with so many gifts, what was this? And you see some moments where mom is like, oh, wait, okay, that wasn't right. You should have opened that. Like, you literally, she planned the whole thing to lead into the last two gifts being the camper and the ultimate gift being the dream house of Barbie. And I cannot tell you, to this day, I can remember it. I can remember the couch. I can remember the floor. I can remember the tree. I can remember her standing there. I think I can even remember somewhat of the pajamas that I had on. It was just an experience of everything that you wanted. Every desire you dreamt about, my mom busted her butt, and she worked overtime. She owned her own business to make sure every single one of those things were checked off. Now, sometimes my mom would hide gifts. She'd forget where she hid them. So 2 years later, she'd be finding the gifts, 2 years later. But I can remember that. And so fast forward, and I'll just take 2 minutes on this, is now here Brianna has Quinn. And Quinn is now of the age where she can talk, she can express, and she knows, because she's Mimi's grandbaby. She was raised from the time she came out the womb in her bonnet. I was introducing her. Now, this is Barbie. I made sure to school her Barbie University. So by the time she was 1.5 years old, Barbie, I said, look at her, Lord. I'm raising her up in the ways of the Lord. So here she was too, and Mimi went crazy. With Barbie, she couldn't even play with it too. I didn't care. I wanted her to have Barbie galore, and to see this little girl at 2, about to be, I think she was just turned 2 or just turned 3, to see the joy in her heart. There were moments where she cried. And she just came and dove into you and thanked you at 3. And it just about broke me in half. I'm like, what? You know what? Can we get back to those Sears and JCPenney catalogs? Because just to see something my mom instilled in me to be able to do for Quinn and Boogie, and then to see the joy that I had, but 50,000 times higher, or being in the seat where my mom was, there's no better Christmases than those 2 Christmases, 100%. And so those are my Christmases there, and just wanted to share that because my mama was just, she was something else. You can't do Christmas better than my mama. She wrote Christmas with Jesus, y'all. She went up to Star Trek when Jesus says, look, I'm still alive, and let's do this together, and send me back. Is what she did. She had the whole decoration. She'd do a production on HOLA-DAY. She would have even haunted houses out in the yard with Michael Jackson and noise sounds, and all the kids in the neighborhood would come. My mother was just a productionist and wanted you to have an experience that could live with you forever. And my God, that it just instilled in me so many things that I am with Quinn that I would have never known. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. And so next, favorite Christmas movie of all. Favorite Christmas movie that you watch, that, man, you just know you got to put it in. You know, maybe it's showing on TNT, and you're that one person acting like you're watching it for the first time, and people try to talk to you, get all mad, you know, even though you've seen it 15 times. You know, what's that one Christmas movie that you know that you watch over and over and over again every Christmas? You just have to. Byron, I'm coming to you. What's your Christmas movie?
Too easy. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Well, come on. Wait, okay, hold on. Are we talking about, because I always get these two confused, the one with the heat miser?
No.
Okay, because that's the movie there. Okay, this is just the other one. That's a good one. I am Mr. Heat Miser. Oh my God, I love that one. All right, I like that. Good. All right, Byron, look at you, so traditional, Byron. People just don't know how traditional you are.
I'm old school.
You're old school. All right, Xavier, what's yours? And don't be cheating looking it up. What's yours? What's your movie, X?
All right. Nah, for like it's crazy because I shut off cable and all that, so there's not TV going on in my house. But every year it's funny because we used to watch what is it called, A Christmas Story.
Come on.
And that just was always on replay and stuff. And me and my brother would
movie.
just watch that all the time, like every Christmas, because it'll just repeat the entire time. So that's the one that I would say, you know, comes to my head as far as movies go, because we'll just sit there and watch it all day and just laugh and stuff like that, me and my brother. So A Christmas Story is the one that I would go
Christmas
for.
Story.
Also The Notebook, but that's not a Christmas movie. But
It is yours.
Movie, you know?
If anybody knows you, they know that right there is your movie. It's warped.
Yes.
You know lines. You say lines. You cry every time.
I cry every time. But A Christmas Story is the Christmas movie.
It's the Christmas Story. Quint, what about you? What's that movie that you watch every Christmas? Every Christmas you watch it.
Yeah, Byron got it. It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. My favorite character is the elf who wants to be a dentist. That's my favorite character. But I mean, I love Charlie Brown Christmas, and if we're talking movies, it's The Christmas Carol with Scrooge. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. And you know what? I know y'all are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. I don't even want to look at y'all. Mine is not a Christmas movie, but every year for Christmas, it is my movie. Yeah, I know, Byron, I know. But it's because it's a tradition. Is Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because every Christmas,
yeah.
every Christmas, they play Rocky. And to me, that is the traditional Christmas movie for me. And I'm an addict. Like, I get mad if I show up and one is already ending and I missed one, because I then want to go and watch it on what I've purchased and catch up real quick to where I'm now caught up to the ones that are going on TNT. But mine 100% is Rocky. And then they always do back-to-back with Rocky. They always do Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise and Die Hard. So, man, I'm going to sit here and tell you that right there, those are my Christmas movies. Back-to-back is what they do them. Back-to-back, back-to-back. And I am just in heaven, and I act like I'm watching it for the first time and get really mad when my family tries to come and talk to me. I get evil eyes. Come on, Jackie, sister, she's saying Rocky Trilogy. Come on. There's just no other way to do Christmas. That's the way to do it. All righty. And for you guys, what is your movie, your Christmas movie that you watch every year? It's tradition, you guys.
Yeah, they're typing it below.
They are topping. Look at Sarah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my girl. 100%, you guys. Oh, love it. All right. So next, you guys, what's your favorite food to cook, Xavier? Not buy, not have somebody else cook and show up with it. Holiday, and if you tell me you've never cooked one dish for the holiday, I'm going to right now, because Mama O is listening, and I'm saying, Mama O, empower your son. Make him attempt a dish. So that one dish that you cook for the holidays. I know Quint's trying to see if I know Byron's. I know what he does cook every holiday. Let me tell you what, if Byron's coming to your house, you are in for something else. X.
Oh my God.
Do you cook?
I'm dying over here. I'm dying.
Look at Mama O is laughing right now. Go, Mama O.
About that. So cooking, I don't.
Sarah says hot water.
To my mama's house. I just bring. Typically, I bring the wine and the drinks. And I make some good drinks sometimes. That's what I do. That's my job. But sometimes over here
Where's
at the
my
house,
noise here?
Like, not cook, but bake cookies and stuff like that. Everything like that. But as far as cooking a meal or cooking a dish, I don't know that.
It's hey, Xavier, don't have us go back to single and why. Do you realize that women find you more attractive when you cook? We're turning over a new leaf, Xavier, for 2021, Mama. Help him out, Mama O.
I could cook. I could cook some mean steak and some chicken and all that good stuff. It's just for Christmas.
We're not talking grilling, Xavier. We're talking cooking.
Like, fish. I could pan-sear a good fish, some rice. Ooh, I'm good at that.
All right.
Hair.
Okay. Well, then, Xavier, I think Mama O and Papa O and Judy and the baby and your kids would love it if you cooked something for this Christmas and brought it over. I think they would really enjoy it. Mama O send me a text. You know we got the hook
I
up.
see those laughy faces that my mom put on.
Look at, and Jacqueline's like, heck yeah, X.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. All right. So Byron, now I know in my mind what I think it is, but you may honestly be, saying something completely different that this girl don't know. So what's your thing that you cook every Christmas or holiday season? It's your thing.
Yeah, you're not gonna guess it because
What?
for Christmas I typically am just going wherever the spread is, and I don't necessarily try to bake. I like to bake, right? So it used to be for a minute. For Christmas, I would always do a rum cake.
Yep.
And it had quite a bit of rum in it, and
it was cake with
family
rum.
members got to acting up a little bit, so I had to discontinue the rum, the rum cake. Yeah, but for me, I like to bake, but I don't focus so much on traditionally making something for Christmas, because I literally, whoever's got the food and the spread, that's where I'm going. I'm looking to be lazy and just show up and eat and just eat. But for Thanksgiving, you'll get some tradition out of me and some participation. But Christmas, so I'm dying to think to see what you're thinking of. Maybe I did for a minute or one time. What you thinking, Tracy?
Oh, Byron, and your sister knows you. Is that every year you would make your Toll House chocolate chip.
Oh my God!
Byron,
you and everyone remembers that.
Byron,
my neighbor 2 doors down. I couldn't. They would invite me
it's
over
okay,
for
Byron.
Christmas or after Christmas. I couldn't come down unless I made that pie.
Byron,
don't show up without the pie.
That's your thing. Every year you'd make it. And then, but I do think it's funny is that if there was leftovers, you'd be taking them with you. And I'm like, dang it, did Byron leave it? Mine was taking the leftovers back with him.
You had your chance. Hey, I didn't make it because you like it. I make it because I like it.
I was all mad. I'm like, what? I don't eat 2 or 3 in one sitting. I'm coming back hours later. He's gone with the leftovers.
It's like y'all got 30 minutes to consume that pie. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I did make the mistake one time of showing up with that pie, and I didn't pre-slice it. Lord, if people weren't taking like some big old slices, and I was like,
and you were getting all, come on, Byron, a minute. You were like, what?
I had to like cut it. Yo, yeah, it's bad. that's like crack for my family. You're right.
Byron, y'all, is, look at Mama O laughing. Byron was making it for himself, but willing to share a piece of it.
Hey, I was making it and hoping nobody eat it. I'd keep the foil on it, make sure nobody put it in the back. put a few things on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
I was just hoping.
You were watching it, Byron. You're making sure what's left. Oh my God. Yeah. I think that is so funny. I love that. Quint, I know yours, but let's see what you come up with. Quint, what is your thing of the holidays or the holiday season? So what's your thing, Q?
Yeah, first let me say, Byron, you ain't brought none of that here yet, so you need to pony up and just bring some of that up here, and let me try that family crack, okay?
Family crack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
The only thing I have normally cooked regularly, right? I mean, I do cook, but not much. Heating a pizza in the oven ain't exactly cooking.
I was going to say, Quint, if you sit there and say you cook, I was not even going to let you do it.
Are you kidding me? But no, the thing I cook is a pot of chili.
Yes.
And I used to put some venison sausage in it until, of course, Tracy came up
first you were married
to it, so I had to take that.
Oh, wasn't a good scene, y'all. So. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a Super Bowl party. He made it. It was all of us. Byron, you were there. You just didn't know it went down afterwards. But it was the holiday season. Yeah. And, man, it was not a good scene at all. Yeah, at all. So it just, when I say it, I was looking like I was red. I mean, everywhere red. It was intense. Yeah, it was intense. Matter of fact, his sergeant major said, look, when you go home to take care of her, just remember you married her. Okay, you said I do. And don't look at her, just tend to her, because it was pretty bad. So yes, it's your chili, babe. It's really, 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 really good. Yeah, I will say it's spicy, so I can't eat it all the time. You and Brianna go to town on it, but it's spicy.
No, no, no. It's tasty.
Whatever, whatever that word you and X have, tasty. That's spicy. That inner joke again. Y'all are getting the pieces of it here. No, not at all. Never. I know, Carrie. I know. Every time I go to the doctor and they see what I'm allergic to, you're allergic to mint and venison? I said, yes. It just, that's crazy. That's just crazy, Lord. But yes, Carrie, I really am. Mine, that I have two things that I'm asked to cook. And one of them makes no sense at all because I normally make it for when we would have these huge, I would have huge Super Bowl parties. Huge. I would have huge fundraiser parties that I would have at my house where we were raising, money for us to, and not saying money, it was gifts. People were bringing gifts for kids who weren't going to have Christmas. And every year I would have, and again, no gambling, but I would bring in people and all these big tables for, cards and, blackjack and even the spin thing. Cause I had a huge house. And so all these different rooms with different themes and different music. And I would go around with the microphone and people would, literally come with gifts, but they would purchase tickets because we would have different, things too for them as giveaways. And they were bringing all these gifts in, which was crazy. And if they wanted to donate money, we would even go shopping for kids. So every single year in San Antonio with Blue Santa, man, they loved us. Every year we would have that huge party. It was fun. And I loved the year that Byron was emceeing with me. We were a hoot. We had karaoke going in one room with blackjack and the spin table, and then have like rummy. It was awesome. And so my thing that I would make is manicotti. And so yes, it's like the thing. I think Xavier, you've had it once. I think Xavier, yeah, you had it with Barnes had it. It's the thing. It's manicotti.
And it's that time of year again.
It is. And then the other, I know I have to make it because it was what my mom would make every holiday. She would do chicken and dumplings. And it's just something that I remember with sweet cornbread, with some cinnamon in the cornbread. It's, yeah, those are the two things that I make during the holidays. That is probably the only two things that I really will say is tradition every single year. But look at Xavier. I'll never forget when I sit home with Xavier. He literally called me, "What's in this again?" He's like, "Lord, sis." So that is mine. Yes, I will post a recipe. You know what? That's a good idea, Carrie. I will post that. Okay, 100%. Yeah, hold on. Let me look at all these comments here. And Patty, yum. Matter of fact, Soul Sisters, I will make that for our first, gathering. And I think that hopefully next year we'll have the ability here in this house to maybe, God, I just know it's going to have victory over COVID, where we could even do that fundraiser as well and even give, to kids. So that's a really great idea. I know you guys would love that. All right. So our last, two questions. We talked about, I know Xavier did, the food that he likes to eat. But let's tie this in together. And then we're going to end with our last question. But what is your favorite food that someone's made that you just, I know Xavier, you said your sister's mac and cheese, so you may end with that as well. But what's that favorite food? Somebody makes it, like Xavier said earlier, which is why when Xavier jumped ahead, I'm like, man, X really bag, but that's okay. He may be thinking of something else he can add to his list. But it's like you tasted it for the first time, it was over. You look for it every year. You know that if you can't have it this year, that's one of the biggest reasons why you're going to struggle for the holidays, is someone, whether it's a loved one, whether it's, your significant other, a sibling, a friend. Man, it is the thing that you look forward to every single year that someone makes, or when you've had it, you've just never been the same again. And so let me go to you, Q, first. What's that one thing that you just love? That, man, I tasted it. It just changed my life. And ever since, I can never stop thinking about it. What's that one dish for the holidays that you had?
Well, this goes back to my grandmother used to make fudge. My grandmother on my dad's side, she used to make fudge, and she had regular fudge, and then she had white fudge that she called Divinity. The Divinity was my absolute favorite, and she would make that whenever, and her homemade bread. Whenever I would come home for Christmas, she would make those two things, and then I'd go visit my mom for Christmas, and she would make me biscuits and gravy every morning, and those two things.
That did it. That did it. Okay, look at Quinn. See, that's that look I'm looking for, y'all. That look at that. X is already. X, I think you know what yours is. All right, X. Okay, look at X is having a moment over there, y'all. X, what is it? Well, what's your thing, bro?
Man, I'm thinking about those biscuits and gravy. I haven't had biscuits and gravy in years. It's been since, I think, like my first deployment. So it was like, man, 2011 that I haven't had biscuits and gravy. So that sounds amazing right now. Let me think. It's, man, oh God, like.
X, did I remember that you guys did one Christmas, or I don't know if it was a birthday or something, and I could be wrong, so don't look at me like I'm crazy. But I really try to remember all the moments you post, and I can get confused with other people, so I'm sorry. But did y'all ever roast a pig one time?
So that's what I was about to get into.
I got a great memory.
So it just depends on the mood, right?
Okay.
My brother makes some. Oh my God, his ribs are the best ever. Like my son is always like, "Are you cooking ribs? Can we get some ribs?" My little daughter like, "I want some ribs. Like my brother cooks the best, honestly, the best ribs ever, right? The best barbecue. My mom. So every year we have what's called pernil, which is pig, right?
Now, you know,
pig,
mama's like,
pig.
"Boy, you better say what I cook."
But there was, we actually had the pig out. It's a Puerto Rican thing. Spin it, cooked it up, ate it up. We did that think about 5 Christmases ago. So you have some great memories, sis. But honestly, my favorite thing is that mac and cheese, man. Like my sister, man, I cannot like my boy. So my boy Marvin, his mom, right? She's German, and I went over there one time to eat we went over there for Christmas like 4 years ago or whatever when Marvin came back from Germany, and he invited my family over, so we ate there together because we have, our families haven't spoken since like Germany, right? So man, his mom made some bomb mac and cheese, and I'm like, oh, this mac and cheese is crazy, right? So when my sister came out of nowhere with this mac and cheese, I was like, better be better than Marvin's mom.
And you said it just like that, X.
Man, yes. I was like, better be better than Marvin's mom. And she's like, I don't even know how Marvin's mom tastes like because I didn't go over there. It better taste better. So, yeah, man, when I ate that, I was like, oh, Judy, you better make this every year. So, of course, when that sugar mac and cheese tasting like Kool-Aid came that Thanksgiving, I was a little upset. But my sister is going to make some bomb mac and cheese, and one day
and you'll be
bring
good.
y'all some, but
it'll be good. I'm sure Mama O is going to let her know everything you said on this show.
Yes.
Mommy was talking about your mac and cheese. I love it. She'll hook it up. Judy is she's such a great, I just love her soul. She'll hook it up for you. I know her.
Yes.
Byron,
yes.
I wanted to come to you last because I'm dying to know what was and what is still maybe that one dish. You ate it, you tasted it, you just forever changed, and you get a little disappointed if you don't have it, or you're looking for somebody else. Hey, Leighton, you're looking for somebody else, to make it if not.
Yeah, but really, I have to confess and say, my pseudo name or alter name is Mikey. I pretty much will eat anything. So it's really kind of hard for me to nail it down, but by the time we done went through some bird, we done went through some ham and some other sides, plenty of sides, I am most excited about, and will fight anyone in my family for.
Come on.
Peach cobbler.
Ooh.
So mom made some, died for peach cobbler. I've also had other ladies on my father's side. Ladies that live out in the country know how to put their foot in it. Peach cobbler just,
come on, I need to get hearts for that one.
It is just ridiculous. Everyone, and the younger folks be trying to do it, but they can't do it like the older folks. I'm sorry.
Right?
I don't know what the older folks put in it.
I don't know what that was.
Well, I've seen what my mom does. I mean, it's like sugar for days, some more sugar, tons of butter.
Tons of butter.
Oh yeah, so they do it right. You know, younger group probably try to do some substitutes. You know, but
we need to be healthy.
Don't even get close. Don't even get close.
Get some stevia. Some stevia.
Yes, carry on
exactly,
Christmas.
Exactly,
Yeah, they gonna get stevia.
That ain't gonna work for me.
Hey, do you remember when we had the ladies over one Christmas? I think it was Chef Rock made some peach cobbler.
Oh my God, y'all, that was just
Peach
ladies,
cobbler.
sisters.
I'm
Do y'all
telling
remember
you.
that? Woo, Byron, it about moved the whole house. It was so good. And he left because he was going to come back in the morning for breakfast and lunch. And we're like, everybody was like, is this Chef Rock? You know, like, oh my God, it was so good. So yes, that right there,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
I had to hide the big pan in the fridge so we'd have some for later.
You did.
I'm all done with the hiding. Gotta save a little bit for later.
Oh, and to be honest about it, sisters, because y'all know I'm telling y'all the truth about Quint, is the fact that he would tell Chef Rock, hey, so if you could just go ahead and hand me one, I'm going to hide it over here. Or can you bring me and make another one tomorrow? You know, because me and TA, we're busy trying to tend to everybody else, Rock, you know? And when he made that fried chicken, Quint was like, hey, can you make me some more? That fried chicken about just jumped on its own. It was, that was so good. He just, Puerto Rican, you know, has a huge enterprise now. Oh my God, he's just gigantic, doing so well. He's back in Florida, but yeah, 100%. Oh my goodness, I see that, yes, strawberry cobbler from Lovey Lovey. I love that, and I like Patty. You know, she says, do not spare the butter. Oh, amen, do not. Oh my God, Karina, I love it. Stiffick, she says, gluten-free cobbler butter. Go, Karina. Oh my God. And I see my sister, she says, I will stick to my sweet potato pie. Yes. And woo, yes, man. Who can make a mean peach cobbler? Come on. And I hear some thumbs up, people who tried Chef Rock's food at one of our huge gatherings. Oh man, buttermilk pie. Woo, she says, it's like eating a plate of diabetes.
I got a die recipe for some buttermilk pie.
Woo! Yes. Hey, Jacqueline, he said the moment we do our first gathering, he is here for the whole weekend because he's got family that's here. So he will be here. He's just waiting for COVID to be done. But him and I talk all the time, and he just cannot wait. Oh, yes, fried chicken. Look at y'all. We are hungry. Woo, those tomatoes and mozzarella balls he had on a stick. He did. He could just take something and just, oh my God, he made just something basic. You felt like you were on the beach in some island somewhere. He was so good. Jacqueline, amen. Woo! Well, mine, and Byron's going to be shocked what mine is. But ever since I had this, I've been wanting to make it. And she gave me the recipe many years ago, but I was not a cooker back then. And I was too scared I was going to mess it up. And if it wasn't going to taste like hers, I didn't want to make it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And we got some for Thanksgiving, but it cannot touch what this girl could do with this. And she would even change it up, and it was still good. Was Byron's ex-wife, Petra. She made that awesome casserole, that squash casserole. It just, y'all, I think it's what God used to change my DNA. He says, look, she's going the wrong direction. We need to start interjecting something that gets her turned over here to my path. And he said, Petra, make that squash casserole. And oh my God, oh man, if I could just hang out with her every holiday season for just that. Oh my gosh, that was the bomb. It just, that right there is the reason why I know Jesus. I know it. How I made it to my spot like I was supposed to. And I wish she was on tonight so she would know. I'll have to call her and tell her. All right, you guys. So our last question of the night is, and this can kind of be brought together, but I'm really going to go to number 7. What's the one Christmas where you remember it being extra. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, oh my God, this was wonderful. It was great. We had a lot of fun. It was extra. It was, thank you, Joanna. It was extra. That means it was extra. That's all I'm going to say. It put the holla in holiday. Whether it means you went overboard with the eggnog. Look at Byron with his hair on. Or it was just, extra for whatever reason. Like, that could be good, that could be bad, but you got to tell the truth. Look at Byron like, sis. looking like mama right there. It was extra. Come on. There's no way in the world that we can say that every Christmas was just perfect. We had to have an extra Christmas somewhere. Quentin, you never had an extra? You're shaking your head. He's like, I don't know. You got to come to me and find out. Byron, you've already turned your hat to naughty. It's no longer nice. So I'm going to go to you first. We're going to end it with this. What's a Christmas that you just know it was extra? It was,
Wow,
special.
you're gonna make me go there. I mean, and it's nothing bad, but I definitely tried to be naughty this Christmas. I actually made the mistake of getting married on December the 20th because I was stationed. I was away stationed. Came back just to get married, high school sweetheart, and I darn sure tried to be naughty for Christmas. That's all I can say. That's enough said, right? Newlywed. Got to be naughty for Christmas. There you go.
Wait a minute, you took the holy and went totally to holy matrimony is what I basically heard that you did. Christmas had a whole nother, what do you call it? When you come together, you consummate the marriage.
Was it a roller over type situation?
Oh, God.
Roller over.
Oh my God. Y'all, it's not what you're thinking. It's a totally different joke. Y'all are so crazy because now people are going to be thinking, what does that mean? They're thinking that. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Woo. So Byron took the whole married on the 20th and made it a holy matrimony ceremony of the holidays. I love that.
It's a week-long, yeah, man.
Yeah. I love that.
God.
And I'm with you, Carrie. I don't know if I've already popped this up. We need some pictures of all these things, these extra Christmases. I don't know if Byron wants any pictures out, Carrie, on that moment. Woo, Xavier, Javier. What's an extra? Come on.
I honestly can't think of one, like an extra one where it was like,
it just either went down the tubes or it was you were extra.
When you define extra, so I bring this extra. I bring as extra as, man, it was dramatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a Christmas that was extra, like it was dramatic. And that was, when my daughter was born and my parents, they flew into Huntsville, Alabama to visit the in-laws and all that stuff. And that one was dramatic. That was a Christmas that I was like, yo, I need to get the heck out of here. It was one of those just dramatic ones. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by, no. You don't get off that easy. What do you mean by dramatic? Dramatic like a Harlequin Lifetime story or dramatic like drama?
It was drama. It was drama. It was drama that I'd rather just keep it quiet. I'll just say it was dramatic. It was real extra.
It was real extra.
I was like, yo, this is super extra, especially for my parents. It was super extra. They ended up staying freaking at the embassy suites. Like, yo, what the heck, man? But anyways, that's the past. As far as man, extra, like just going extra. I don't know. Like
that was extra X.
I don't think I had a Christmas where it was like extra, where it was like Byron's extra. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had an extra Christmas like that, I would remember that. Like, man, let me tell you about this Christmas.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm already getting hot.
I
Like
need
a
one of
Christmas
those.
week, brother. You
I
gotta have
need
a
one of
Christmas
those.
week.
That is too funny. Y'all are so
You know,
crazy. You know, this is such the caveat to what we're going to be doing in 2021 with you men. You know, this right here, I think the Lord's given a preview, you know, of what we're going to be doing. And again, I'm really excited when you guys hear what we're going to be doing on Thursday nights with these men. They are absolutely excited about it. There's going to be some fun topics, but we're going to go deep, talk about those things that men don't talk about, because we have to, if we're going to really start to heal the land, heal the men, and even help women to heal. And they're dedicated and ready. So I do think this is kind of funny. 100%. Thank you so much, Patty. Y'all are all dying laughing over here, and I feel y'all 100%. Lovey, lovey. We got Jacqueline cracking up. Everybody's cracking up. Quint, what's a holiday that you were extra? Look at X. X is dying to know this one.
I'm like X. I don't have one that competes with what Byron made out there. I don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have an extra.
No, not like that. Not that I can remember.
Okay. Well, I remember mine. So let me start off by saying I know.
Oh, hey,
Go.
wait. It runs in the family. Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, no. What I'm going to say is I am not a drinker. I am the most lightest, weightest person probably on the face of the earth. I've never done drugs other than when 4 of my girlfriends, including one of my closest sisters, Rondell, they all had me in the car and put me in the middle of the car where they were each on one side and 2 on the front, which means I couldn't get to, you know, the windows, and they decided to light up a joint and try to get me high. And instead of me getting high, I passed out. And they were on their way to a nightclub and had to turn back around and drop me off. And that was a Christmas holiday. And the Lord's like, y'all, she is not going. I got her saved up for something great. I was never that person. I was always the party pooper. You know, I would try to hang out with them. I would try to do it like them, and I couldn't. And so one holiday, I'll never forget, I tried to keep up with my dear friend, Rondell. This is before I met Quint. And gosh, my sister, you know, and she can do vodka. And so I just said, you know what, tonight I'm going to be adventurous. This is it. We're going to celebrate the holiday. I'm an adult. I have never drunk. I have never done drugs. You know what? I'm going to keep with you. And Dell's like, girl, listen, I don't think you need to. Just keep doing your ginger ale. No, I'm going to keep up with you. I don't remember the drive back to the hotel. I don't remember my dear friend, you know, at all. I don't remember anything. I just know that the very next day, some dear friends of mine called me like, hey, we were trying to blow up your phone to make sure you made it back to the hotel okay. Do you remember some of the things that you said and you did? And I was real nervous. Oh my God, I'll never forget this, because we were, and I don't mind, my past is my past, but we were out at a male stripper nightclub, and normally I'm nervous in those moments. I'm the nervous one, or I'm that one where, you know, I literally, it's kind of crazy. I'm the one that showers the guys, but not because they're hot and sexy. Oh my God, I love that routine you did. I love that routine. You know, I'm going to,
I think I was there. I think I was y'all chaperone.
You were. You were, Byron.
I was the chaperone. Oh my God.
And you know, this is a true story. Byron was with me. And again, I got to end with something really funny, because I want y'all to know, even though I am this woman of God, I still was another woman before he showed up in my life. And Byron was there. I had female strippers that were there trying to hit on me. And I'm like, I don't think so. But my dear friend Dell, because we were drinking, Byron's like, look, you can't drink. I mean, it was just like me trying to be like Mike, trying to have fun, trying to step out of my box. I was never that girl, but I wanted to be that night. And then out of my mouth, because I got drunk, Byron remembers this, Dell brings a girl over to give her and Byron a table dance, and out of my mouth, I said, what are we bringing, strays now to the table? Byron's like, cut her off. Byron's like, cut her off now. I just became verbal. I became verbal. Bart says, it's time to go. I forgot, Bart, you were there. It's time to jet. It's time to go. He made sure I made it home.
I just got to say, it was a long journey to find Jesus, Lord. Thank you, Lord. It was a long journey.
That's why I said, y'all, it was Petra's, dish that got me pointed in the right direction. But I just was not a party animal. So when that happens, everything I feel that I wouldn't say because I have respect for people, it's coming out. So, yeah, I'll never forget that holiday season. It was cold, but there we were trying to celebrate, and I was trying to fit in, and I just couldn't fit in at all. Oh, my God, at all. I couldn't drink, and so it showed big time. And so that's the Christmas I remember above everything else. And you guys all know my story of everything about my life. So this is a part before I became one of those women. This is just crazy because I just couldn't do it. I love that you love this story, you guys. Love it. Oh, you are so welcome for sharing that. Y'all know I'm transparent. I do not hide anything from you guys. And so with that, y'all, I am so, from all of us, from X, from Byron, from Q, we are just really hoping that this month we've been able to bring some joy, which is why we wanted to do this show and just laugh and just celebrate and just come together as a community and a family. This is a tough season, but it doesn't have to be. It can be truly where you got to go, where you can actually, no drinks for TA, exactly, where you can really find that joy. Find people that are about laughter and joy and celebrating life even during this time. And man, gird them up to you, gird them close to you. And even if you need to, put boundaries around you, in order to keep your joy and keep your peace, as well. And so with that, Merry Christmas to you and your family. I'm going to talk about me, you, and Q coming together Tuesday night. I'm excited about that. Merry Christmas, Q. Excited that we're in our home for the first time. And this is our first Christmas in this home, which is exciting for you and I. TA wants to just kick back and rest. and Byron, Merry Christmas to you as well, and to all of you that have joined us, all of our winners too, on Saturday. And you guys, and make sure you tune in. We still have 2 more things that we're doing for this year. And number 1, I'll be on tomorrow. I love that you guys come and huddle with me Friday morning at 8:45, where we are just studying a powerful, it's like a superhero chapter. I'm loving it, which is Luke 8. And we're going to be diving into the rest of that chapter, concluding it tomorrow, which is Luke, and this is verses 40 through 56, where Jesus raises a dead girl. Come on, superhero, and heals a sick woman. That's what I'm talking about. We talked about our power in us, but we got to anchor it by knowing the power and who instills the power in us. And we're going to close that out so we can celebrate that when we say a king was born, the superhero was born, the savior of all. I love it. I love it. And then also make sure you join us, you guys. And I want to make sure I get the date, so put it on your calendar. But it's where we do the end of the year movie. I know you guys remember that every year we do it. It is on the 29th, Tuesday. I think we decided at 7:45 p.m. is the time we decided. We're going to finalize what movie that is and how we're going to bring still some clips like we do, and play it. Sometimes we get booted off and we come back and everybody hops on with us, which is fun, where we're going to talk about it. And last year it was the Rocks movie, which was awesome, about the actual first female wrestler in the WWE Federation. Oh my God, that was a great movie.
Fighting with My Family,
which just had so many messages in it. And so we are going to be picking our movie this weekend and sucking it in and all in and studying it and bringing a message out of a movie, you guys. So make sure you join us Tuesday night as we start to bring in the new year. It's our New Year's show. Again, that's Tuesday at 7:45 right here on the Superhero for Christ show. And so with that, you guys, I'm going to end Oh, you guys, I am so glad that you loved the show. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Merry Christmas to you all. Man, I love it. Merry Christmas, Karina. Man, Merry Christmas, Patty. Merry Christmas, Joanna. Merry Christmas, Tim. Man, look at all you guys. I absolutely love. Merry Christmas, Sonia. You know, love that, love that. It's okay, Joanna. Jerry Christmas to you too. I know you mean Merry. It's all good. It's all good. We know what you mean. No worries, no worries. I love it. TA's worst is my best, Tim says. Tim, thank you, brother. Make me look good because I got to share that story. And so with that, you guys, I want to celebrate those that won the giveaway and close this out. And I will see you guys for the Word Up, in the morning at 8:45 Central Standard, 9:45 on the East Coast, and 6:45 for my Pacific Coaster who be joining me that early. I love it. Bring your coffee or your tea, and let's close out Luke 8, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.